Alrighty, y'all, my name is Bryce, and welcome back to some more Stardew Valley. What's the fortune teller say? The spirits are neutral. Okay. Alright, y'all. Oh, what up, Clint? How's it going?
Hi there. Good morning. I noticed that you've been breaking some rocks open and finding ore. That's good.
Yep.
If you want to get the most out of the ores you find, you'll need a furnace.
Yep.
Just so happens, I had an extra set of blueprints lying around. Here, I want you to have them.
Thank you, Clint. Nice. We can start upgrading stuff. Learned how to craft a furnace. Thank you, Clint.
The furnace allows you to smelt metal bars. The bars can be used for crafting, construction, and tool upgrades. When you smelted a few copper bars, consider having me upgrade one of your tools. It can make your work a lot easier. Well, okay, I'm heading home. Take it easy.
Okay. Got ourselves the ability to make a furnace. How y'all doing out there? Rasmodius wants us to go talk to him so we can get the, we can get the old, the Junimo, the Junimos understood. Oh, look, a parsnip. Why do we have one? I guess that was a wild seed, huh? All right. Music's all quiet right now. I know it'll kick in at some point. How y'all doing out there? Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's probably been like a week since I played this file. I played some with the group last week. Oh, we have another letter. Slay 10 slimes. Okay, Marlon. I'll get right on that. So I'm wondering if I'll go fishing or if we'll go into the mines. I need to go talk to Sophia because I have not been talking to her every day, but I should try to. It's a Saturday, so let me check. I have not given her a gift. And I'm supposed to have. Unless this is... Maybe Saturday's the beginning of the week when it comes to gifts. So I should check on that. I don't have... That's right. I don't have anything yet. Quite yet. That is like a good gift for her. So that's the other part. Is like figuring out what kind of gifts to give her. And we do have... If we do this... This is supposed to help us understand. It tells us what she loves. That helps. All the neutral gifts and everything, those are like everybody likes those. I could give her this parsnip that I got. I could give her a quartz or a daffodil or a clam, you know, those kinds of things. Can also make like flowers and things. Everybody apparently loves those. So, you know, we will see. We will see on that. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing well. Oh gosh, I love this game. I'm glad to be back into it. It's very nice and relaxing. Some of y'all asked if I have played Core Keeper, which is a kind of a similar but new game. I have played it. It should be out on the main YouTube channel today as I'm recording this, so it should already be out there if y'all are watching this. So if you want to go check that out, go on, head over to the main Stumpt channel. I may get to playing it on my own. I'll be honest, it's a lot of a game, and I need to learn a lot about it before I'm going to feel really comfortable with that. I should make scarecrows if I can. Got a little coal. We've got a little bit of that. Got a little bit of that. Let's see. Can I make one? I can. Perfect. Don't want to waste too much coal doing it, but we do want to make sure we take care of our plants. We'll put you there. Let's make another one. Because coal is kind of at a premium, you know, but... Got to get as much of it as we can. How much copper do I have? I do have enough copper to make a furnace, which would be nice. Let's get some stone. Not like I really need to. Oh, there's a clam. Perfect. I can give her a clam. We'll see if she actually likes that. Let's craft our furnace. I am going to need to go to the mines and get more stuff. The question for me being, do I want to do that today or would I rather go fishing? Because obviously one of those things is going to be more valuable to me than the other. Let's start our... processing inside the fence. How's that sound? And then we're going to want to make... Oh, I already put the wood away. We're going to want to make another chest over there for our automation. So let's go ahead and grab this. And we'll go ahead and get that started. We're not going to have enough to really be getting more than one bar, I don't think. But here goes our automation. Hi! How's it going? I'd say your name, but then my cat in real life would start getting excited. Okay. So then, oh yeah, let's put it into the chest. So we go boop and boop, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the automation mod. If y'all didn't know, it'll take what's in the chest if it can, pop it into there if it can, and then pop it back out into there if it can. The only downside being you need to make sure not to put anything in there that you don't want smelted. Like if you don't want all your quartz smelted, don't put your quartz in there. Let's go ahead. Let's find out where Sophia is. Okay, she's down there. Let me get ready for... Well, you know what? We'll get ready for either fishing or breaking rocks. We'll take my axe. I may need it. I may need it for clearing out some stuff along the way. Get rid of this stuff. You know, there's all these logs and things, but I can get away with not worrying about those. So yeah, we'll go talk to Sophia. We'll give her a gift, kind of work towards that part of our relationship in game. I'm not going to worry myself too much about meeting everybody else. You can really meet them all during the, not the egg festival, maybe the egg festival. So I'll try and do it then. I should probably head over and meet Rasmodius. He's way out that way, I think. Oh, I'd have to go back up and then go way over to the, but you know, I can do that. That's easy. Just for the Junimo stuff. Sophia, don't go the other way. Doot, doot, doot. Hi. Hello. Let's give you a clam. What do you think? You're sweet, thanks. Let's see, was that a liked one? I mean, it's up on the positives. Our relationship is at nothing, though. Smelting! Use your furnace to smelt a copper bar, working on it. Kill 10 slimes. Meet the wizard. Reach level 40. Let's get that. All right, I think maybe we'll go into the mines then. Mostly because we should be able to maybe accomplish at least one, if not two of those quests. I doubt we'll make it all the way down to level 40. I've got this parsnip. I will eat it for energy. I think that'll be an okay usage of it. Gosh, I love this music. I love it. It reminds me a lot, I've probably said this before, it reminds me a lot of Chrono Cross. If none of y'all have played Chrono Cross, well, guess what? I'm definitely going to play a series on that. Probably on Twitch, but maybe just on my own. It is my favorite game of all time. I played it years ago on like a Stumpt stream, I think, but I never put it on the channel unless Ash or somebody just put it on the Stumpt Live channel without me having any input on that, because sometimes we do that where we'll just post every single thing that we stream. At least for a while we did that. What's up, Marlon? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing that again. Like I said, it is my favorite game of all time. Anna is a big fan too, so maybe I'll involve Anna. Let's see what we got here. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, I was drinking coffee out of the other hand. Let's go down to level 5. Let's keep it going. We want more copper if we can get it. We want more coal so we can smelt that copper. Need to kill 10 slimes. So, come on, come on. There's one. All right. Let's look around first and foremost for copper. We also, I guess I got to kill some slimes. Let's clear a little way for me to do that. Okay. What's up, man? Kind of move around him a little bit. Oh man, in our multiplayer file, I got really lucky and I got like a really powerful dagger or something. Okay, there's our pathway down. So now we're just looking for copper. I don't see any. So let's just kill our bad boy slimes over here. Oh yeah. Eventually I'll get the slime ranching thing, even though, you know, I don't know if it's that valuable really. Okay, so into the mines. Before, as I've done in previous years and previous Stardew series, I asked y'all for topics related to psychology that y'all would be interested in. So I'll get around to maybe a couple of those as we're going through here, doing all the simple stuff, where we can kind of podcast, you know. And thank y'all for all the love on the new series coming out. Thank y'all for all the comments, for, you know, all the excitement, because that makes me excited, you know? It makes me feel like, yeah, doing this again is going to be a lot of fun. Y'all are going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy doing it for y'all. Aha, there we go. Okay, overrun by monsters? Great. So this will get me my 10 slimes, no question. And I love these ones because I don't have to, you know what, let's go ahead and eat that parsnip. Because I don't have to waste energy on these ones. Okay, let's do that. And I'll probably just start dropping things as I start picking up stuff that's less valuable. Like coal, must get. Copper, must get. Oh, come on, bud. Come on. Okay. So yeah, y'all gave me a whole bunch of topics y'all would like to hear about. And I wrote them over here on a little list. Okay, cool. We did this. Enter the Adventures Guild. Okay. So I have them over here on a little list. And we'll just kind of get to a couple here and there. So, well, one question, following up on last episode from what I was talking about with perception. I mentioned to y'all how sense of smell is the not only the sense most tied to memory, but also that it bypasses the thalamus. And one of y'all asked, why does it do that? Is there any theory or reason as to why it bypasses the thalamus? Aha, I knew there was going to be one of these guys. Get wrecked, little crabby. All right. And so the quick and short answer is that it's because smell detects chemicals. And chemicals are really important for us to smell for a couple of reasons. A, there are chemicals that are noxious or toxic towards us that we will need to avoid a lot. So if we smell those things, we can flee from them. It lets us know if things are decayed, like in our food and stuff like that. There's a lot of information that smell gives us that is important for us to experience right away. And so that's why it's so strong with memory and why we can't like slow it down. Because it basically gives us a lot of information on, will this thing kill me? Or will this thing be good for me to eat, right? Foods that smell like really good are foods that we like to eat. And foods that we don't like the smell of and that make us kind of turn our nose up are usually smells of things that have hurt us in the past, right? Traumatic experiences, right? You know, you've all probably heard of or maybe even experienced. Oh, that's right. Got a little cherry bomb up in here. Let's just go ahead and drop it right there. That if you've ever, you know, had food and then it went bad or something like that when you had it and it made you vomit, that every time you smell it now, oh man, it makes you feel awful, right? You're like, no, get me away from this. Well, that's because your body learned that that smell is associated with something that makes you sick. And that's how you can kind of like ruin yourself when it comes to certain foods for a long time, if not your whole life, simply because you had that one experience. But because you have this unbiased connection to your memories, it basically makes you feel that way regardless. Okay, we made it down to level 10. That's nice. Ooh, what do we get here? Boots. Well, let's go ahead and drop the meat for a second. We will equip the boots. There we go. And we're going to keep moving down, just see if we can find some resources. So yeah, that's one reason. The other reason being that smell is the earliest sense ever developed by vertebrate animals, of which we are one. In the ocean, back when things were, you know, back in the earliest stages of vertebrates, which had what are called notochords, which is not quite a bone, but it's sort of the first spinal cord, essentially. I think it's notochords, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I actually read up on early evolution. So there's also a theory that because of it being such a primordial sense, that it was so enmeshed within our early brains that as our species developed, as all vertebrate species developed, it maintained that close connection. So that could also be one reason, right? And at the end of the day, when it comes to evolution, evolutionary psychology, things like that, a lot of it comes down to prediction and expectation rather than us knowing for sure this is the reason why something evolved this way, right? Ooh, I need to be careful. Oh, there's a bat of sorts. Okay, I need you to die. I'm going to pick that thing up, and then we're going to be done, okay? You and me, we're going to be done. All right, let's lose... I wouldn't love to lose the sap, but I think it's no, you know what? Let's lose the slime. And then Wooden Club is 9 to 16. It's definitely better than what we've got. I'm going to lose that sword, and we'll pick that stuff back up. The reason I lose that sword, not really worth much. Okay, we're going to go grab this quartz real quick. Don't kill me. Ooh, yeah, right click is just a power hit. Let's leave the mine. I'm hurting. Let's get home. I mean, we would have to leave soon anyways. So yeah, so that's two potential explanations as to why the sense of smell is so closely tied to our sense of memory, and why it bypasses the thalamus. Basically because we need that information and we don't need to hold back on it. The other part about it is that like the way our nose works is we have our olfactory sense, rather, because we have this olfactory bulb where all these cells lie, is that we have hundreds, maybe thousands, I think, of different OSNs, olfactory sensory neurons, that do a lot of the processing on their own. Like imagine a retina that could detect, thousands of colors on its own rather than just comparing 3 colors to each other. I'm just looking over at my monitor. I think it's okay. I'm getting a little bit of tearing over on my OBS screen, but I think that that's just my computer being silly. All right, sorry, just sipping a little bit of coffee. Let's go ahead and we'll grab this, I think. Oh, let's do that. There's our first copper bar. We will keep everything else out. So what does that do for our quests? I guess that was it. We didn't get anything for it. It was just, hey, do this. Okay. One of y'all let me know that this chest is going to be a spot that we're going to not want it to be there forever, because later on that will be a spot where essentially people will stand. And so we got a couple of these things. Maybe I'll go to Gunther. Okay. Anything else I want to do with my last little bits of the day? Let's chop down a tree, or at least work on chopping down a tree. So yeah, our olfactory sensory neurons inside of our olfactory bulb, which is literally just above your nose. Like if you think about your hard palate and your soft palate, which are the roof of your mouth, and then you have the back of your mouth where air and whatnot actually travels up into your nasal cavity. So you go just a step up from that and you have yourself your olfactory bulb. It's like literally the pieces of it that sense things, the chemical parts. They work just like the ones in your brain that we talked about last time. So they detect chemicals and then they send a neurological response from there, right? They're just detecting chemicals from outside your body instead of inside your body. And they stick through the bone. They kind of like innervate through the bone. So it's like if you think of there just being like thousands of little holes in that bone just above your nasal cavity. That's where they are. And they just kind of reach down and they gather senses from there. So it's kind of like when you're sick and you have too much mucus and you can't smell anything. It's because literally those things are being covered up by your excess mucus. I know, right? Gross. Part of the reason I bring this up is that you can actually have what happens to you called going nose deaf, where you can't smell anymore. And oftentimes this is due to an injury in your nasal cavity. And this is actually not that difficult of an injury to get. So this is why I mention it, because, it could happen to you. Hopefully it doesn't, because it's apparently not very fun. I say that with definitely not a good experience or anything that you would want to have with you, cause a lot of issues to be nose deaf. Or as it's also called, anosmia. So the thing is the way that it can happen is if you break your nose, specifically right at that ridge. I told you about that bone ridge where all of the olfactory sensory neurons stick through. Because essentially what can happen is if that bone gets shifted in any direction, it will sever all of those nerves, and they're not likely to grow back. Nerves don't usually repair themselves when they're so traumatically injured like that. And so it can be a pretty awful experience and something to, worry about. If you get a broken nose, to make sure to talk to your doctor about it, because, things like surgeries and whatnot may be able to mitigate some of that damage, but you'd have to make sure you're doing it early on. So yeah, interesting stuff about the nose, huh? How you smell chemicals. And yeah, chemicals are important for you to be able to detect. Oh, you know what? I'm curious. All right, yeah, it's a new day. We've got new stuff to do. So, you know, important stuff. Important stuff. Let's go ahead. Let's throw this in here. Let's grab our geodes. Grab this guy. I think we need to take one of these as well. I don't know if you take that to him. Yeah, Gunther can tell you more. Gunther can tell you more. We're just going to look for those. Yeah, I grabbed one of those. Just looking for Gunther's name. Think we're good? Okay. Oh, man. My monitor to the left, it's doing this thing that happens. It has to do with my refresh rates and things, and also because I probably have other windows open. But it does this, like, green artifact stuff. It's just an old, crappy monitor. Oh, hi. You're the two. These two commute to work, so they're kind of difficult to meet if you don't happen to come across them. But guess what? I did. Claire, I really don't want to work today, but Morris said I have to. That's right. She works for Morris over at Joja. Then this guy. No, come on. You. Oh, yeah, you're. Okay, there we go. Martin. I sometimes take the bus here to check out books from the library. Okay, so his name's Martin. And so it makes me think of. I didn't mean to hit like that. Makes me think of Martin from the Magnus Archives. If any of y'all have listened to the Magnus Archives, my favorite podcast. It's a horror podcast. It's a mixture of like short horror stories, and then a large narrative that kind of goes around those stories. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let's go talk to Gunther first. So I would highly recommend it. And one of the main characters is named Martin. Just because that character was there and his name was Martin, it made me think of Martin. Even though, you know, probably not very similar to Martin in like physical attributes. What was I talking about? We were talking about sense of smell. All right, Gunther, what you got? Donate to the museum. All right. I've already donated stuff. I have. Okay. New reward. Neat. Cool. What's up, man? What you got for me? Collect some rewards. Cauliflower seeds. Wonderful. I think we'll go and plant those and do that. Oh, I've already... Okay. Is this a gift that anyone likes? The wizard likes it. Well, maybe we'll go see the wizard after we go and see Sophia. Where are you at on the map, Sophia? You're back at home? We will pass by you on the way to the wizard. Now, as far as gifts go, let's actually see if she would like that thing. It's like Amanita or something like that. Amaranth, amethyst. What is it called? Alamite. Alamite. Not in there. Definitely not up there. Not up there. So maybe I shouldn't give her that. So we'll just give it to the wizard, Rasmatodius. And then we'll just do some fishing. Oh, hey, an event! Awesome. Ah. Oh, Price? It's just you. Sorry, I get startled easily. Hey, you're kind of new to farming, so... I want to give you a device as my way of welcoming you to the valley. Follow me to my storage chest. She's so cute. I love all these new characters. It's awesome to get to see new stories in this game. Like, that alone is worth the price of admission. Here, it's a sprinkler. Yes, give me the hookup. It'll automatically water adjacent crops every day. Nice. Very cool. I have an order ledger in my cosplay room. If you need more, you can purchase sprinklers from me. Cosplay room. Yes. The best. Okay. I don't have a gift to give her at the moment, but I will speak to her nonetheless, as long as she's still here, to build the relationship stuff that way. Because we still have all week to give her gifts. How's the sprinkler? Does it still work? Cool. All right, so we can buy sprinklers over there. I already know they're pretty expensive. I think it's $4,000 for a sprinkler. But later on, when, you know, we have plenty of money, but it's kind of hard to get the resources for sprinklers, which I definitely remember being a thing. I think that'll be something that we'll want to come back and do all the time. And I'm sure it probably resets every week, is my guess, like other shops. I may be wrong. So that way we can hopefully... oh, wild horseradish. Go give this to her. We'll be able to hopefully get sprinklers without, you know, having to only wait until we have the resources. Which, how high up is he? He's not all the way down here. Okay. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff. That we can actually do that. Oh man, I want that giant cauliflower. All right, what's up, man? All right, so we've seen this story a million times, but you know what? We'll see it one more time. Ah, come in. It's the cowboy wizard, as Jazzy calls him. Beha. I am Magnus Rasmodius, seeker of the arcane truths, mediator between physical and ethereal, master of the 7 elementals, keeper of the sacred... You get the point. And you, Price, the one whose arrival I have long foreseen. Here, I'd like to show you something. Behold. A Junimo! Maybe don't trap it inside some sort of summoning circle. Are you torturing it? Goodness. You've seen one before, haven't you? He's like Doctor Strange, I'm realizing. They call themselves the Junimos. Mysterious spirits, these ones. For some reason, they refuse to speak with me. I'm not sure why they've moved into the community center, but you have no reason to fear them. You found a golden scroll written in an unknown language? Most interesting. Stay here. I'm gonna see for myself. I'll return shortly. Whee! Oh, look at that. Tuxedo Mask over here. Oh. Just a little casual teleportation. I found the note. I like to think of this up here not as an altar, but as just a flat screen TV sitting in the middle of his kitchen. The language is obscure, but I was able to decipher it. We, the Junimo, are happy to aid you. In return, we ask for gifts of the valley. If you are one with the forest, then you will see the true nature of this scroll. I'm not even going to worry about the Junimo bundles for a while. One with the forest. What do they mean? Aha! Come here. Do-do-do-do. My cauldron is bubbling with ingredients from the forest. Baby fern, moss grub, caramel top toadstool. Can you smell it? What I'm cooking? Here, drink up. Let the essence of the forest permeate your body. This music also reminds me of Chrono Cross. There's a part where they're on a ghost ship. Reminds me of that. We're going frog! We're going full frog! My goodness. Boop, beep, boop, 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 brrrr. All right, we'll skip now. We start to see the forest, you know. Okay, get me out of here. All right, now I can read Junimo. Let's head back home. We're gonna plant these cauliflowers. We're gonna just kind of fish after that. Maybe come down here and fish. You know what? I'll do a little bit of fish. Oh, hey, you're here on a Sunday. Oh, that's right. It's like the Friday Sunday market. Anything in here that I'd want to buy that I can't afford? Nope. Figured I wouldn't be able to anyways. Okay. Let's just fish for a bit. I'd love to get to a point where I can buy the new fishing rod pretty quickly. Because then we can put bait on it which would be really nice. But yeah, I'll fish here until I have no inventory space, because why not? Probably going to catch some better fish out here. And let me look over at my topics. Oh gosh, trash, wonderful. If we get another trash, then we'll go over to the actual river part. So one question that someone had, and I had to actually look this one up because I wasn't sure, but it makes sense, the difference here, is someone wanted to know the difference between, oh, I'm gonna yawn, y'all. Oh, goodness. We'll talk about yawns in a bit. The difference between a panic attack, an anxiety attack, and an autistic meltdown, which I'd never heard that phrase used before, but it is apparently used within the ASD community. The differences between them, as I have read, and what seems to be the case, and it makes sense. It's what I had kind of assumed, these differences, before I went and read them, because they made sense to what I know about the different positions that you're in. So, first and foremost, a panic attack and an anxiety attack are characterized differently in the way that they present themselves. So, a panic attack comes on quickly and leaves quickly. So, you'll have this incredible, intense emotional experience for a few minutes, but then it subsides. And during that experience, you're going to have, a sense of, doom, like horrible, horrible feelings of like end of the world type stuff. An awful experience, but it tends to go away fairly quickly. An anxiety attack is something that slowly builds over time. So it can start in the morning, and then by the evening you have it, or like a week later you have this anxiety attack. And it's built on certain environmental triggers, things that make you anxious, start to build up this sort of impending anxiety attack. Because essentially you don't have the appropriate coping mechanisms to bring yourself out of that building anxiety before it happens. A large part of anxiety, like mitigation, dealing with anxiety, is learning coping mechanisms that work for you to bring your anxiety down, right? You can't get rid of anxiety. Anxiety, like as a way that your body responds. Anxiety is just a way of kind of talking about a certain way that different brains work. So different people have more reactive brains. Other people have less reactive brains, and so that's kind of the difference. Like anxiety is just having a highly analytical, reactive, and afraid brain. Something that looks at things in the environments as more threatening than more opportunistic, and being able to and that's just a difference, right? There's other people are less afraid or less anxious about certain things, and if you think about early evolutionary history, the reason for that is pretty simple. There's a spread of neurological styles amongst humans and amongst all species, really, but specifically amongst social animals like us, in which there are people who avoid potential dangers and those who seek out potential dangers, because those who seek out, they test new things, but they're more likely to die, essentially. And those who are anxious don't seek out new things, so maybe miss out on opportunities in the environment. But having both of those types of individuals within a species, it allows for maximum approaching of opportunities with minimum casualties, essentially, which leads to the perpetuation of the species. Okay, so that's an anxiety brain. And so the reason that an anxiety brain builds up that anxiety over time is because you don't have an appropriate coping mechanism in order to bring that anxiety down. Whereas a panic attack isn't necessarily characterized by having anxiety. It can be brought on by, say, like a physiological response. Like you're in an environment where suddenly, your heart rate goes up because of potential threats in the environment, or maybe just like, you are thinking about something that stresses you out, or maybe you're surrounded by a lot of people and you're uncomfortable in that environment. But it doesn't necessarily have to be brought on by an environmental stimulus. It can just happen from inside of you. Anxiety tends to be brought on by very real issues that you see with the environment or with the world that you live in. So the same kinds of stuff that causes you anxiety all the time. Things like other people, worries about work, or, anything that causes you anxiety. And so those types of things building up over time are what lead to an anxiety attack. So the big difference is how long one of these goes on. Panic attack is short. Anxiety attack is long. It can build up over time, and it can ultimately lead to a pretty long and awful experience. So then bring in this concept of an autistic meltdown. Again, I hope that that's the appropriate term. I looked it up online, and it seemed to be used within the community. But if that is an inappropriate term, please let me know down below, and I will adjust my language accordingly, because I am not personally a part of the autistic community, so I can't speak to what is or isn't offensive to individuals in that community. So these meltdowns, as they are referred to, tend to be sensory related, and specifically hypersensory. So if you experience too much environmental stimulus, and it doesn't have to be necessarily negative stimulus, just too much stimulation in general, it can lead to one of these experiences. So too much visual stimulation, like lots of flashing images or whatever, it doesn't even have to be that. It can be any amount. Or, sounds that are overwhelming, or like too many people that you have to monitor. Like, it can be anything that could potentially trigger overstimulation. But this tends to be from outside of you, right? And this lines up. I'd kind of expected that this was how it would work, is that it has to do with overstimulation, which is an issue that a lot of autistic individuals deal with, is this hyperstimulation, hypersensory types of issues, because that just seems to be a characteristic of ASD. So to compare all of the three, a panic attack can come on for basically any reason. An anxiety, almost any reason or no reason, right? Like, quote unquote, no reason, something internally going on that you don't even know about. Anxiety tends to have a sort of logical reason, or within you, an internally logical reason for why it comes on. So the things that cause you anxiety, slowly building up that anxiety within you until it reaches a point that you can't go back from. We'll sell you and you and you. We'll hold on to the horseradish. I'll sell the this guy as well. Let's get my hoe and my watering can, because we want to plant these guys before the day is over. We'll plant them over here, and we will do them in a 3x3 in the hopes that we get a giant cauliflower. I'm not banking on it, but you never know. If I had some fertilizer, maybe. So anyway, as far as my understanding goes, okay, so anxiety can be built up from the things that cause you anxiety. Panic attacks can be from anything or nothing. And then the autistic meltdowns, again, let me know if that's not the appropriate term, are caused by sensory experiences, overstimulation. So those seem to be the differences between those things, which that was the question. Someone wanted to know, what are the differences? We will put this here for now, because at the moment, actually, you know what? No, let's put it up by the beans. And in the future, I'll do stuff where we'll do like 8 beans around a sprinkler, and that'll be a good setup. Okay, let's head on up inside. And y'all, that'll be where we end this episode. It's been about 40 minutes, which is kind of what I want to go for. So I'm going to hop into bed here. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed us talking about these different topics in psychology. Again, Leave your comments down below if there's other stuff related to Psych that you would like to talk about. I have a whole bunch of other things that I'm going to talk about in the next one. But yeah, with that, y'all, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're not already. Go watch another one of my videos because it tells YouTube that you want to see my stuff in your feed, and that helps out a lot. But most importantly, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I have been Price, and I will see y'all next time.